Well, hey, I just watched the. Oh, quiet. I watched the very buzzed about Saltburn, Barry Keoghan, um, which basically, I think within about 2 minutes into the movie, I went, oh, it's the talented Mr. Ripley. Spoilers, I guess, for both this and talented Mr. Ripley. And yes, by the end, uh, little sociopathic Oliver had murdered all his victims and gained Saltburn. Um, though I have to say I cared a heck of a lot more about Ripley in that, the various peoples in that, far more than I ever gave a shit about anybody in Saltburn. Uh, Done really, really well by Barry Keoghan, Richard E. Grant, Rosamund Pike. Um, Actually, the the black fellow who was basically his competition, who was sort of the Philip C. Hoffman, uh, an analog from talented Mr. Ripley, the Miguela version. Did a really good job. I really liked him as like, oh yeah, this is game Leech, recognizing Leech. Um, but yeah, um, it's like someone did a movie about a group of people who were going to take a ring to a mountain, and it was going to be split into three movies, and there was going to be a big battle in the middle of one, and there was going to be this big twist at the end with this kind of oily kind of creature, and someone would read the script and go, "Yeah, they already did that movie. You're going to have to come up with some kind of a new spin on it." I don't feel like this. Like I was hoping that the Jude Law character in this one, Felix, was going to turn out to be using him some way, which I guess he was as a pet, but really nothing nefarious. And was just hurt when he found out that he'd been played by Oliver. It was like, no, it's the exact same fucking movie, except at least the talented Mr. Ripley. Ripley wasn't Ripley at the beginning of the story, whereas wasn't sociopathic user at the beginning of the story. He was still kind of working it out. He was a baby sociopath, a baby liar, and it was only as the movie came to its conclusion and he murdered Jude Law that he kind of crystallized into the creature that he would become in the other Ripley books, or the movies made by other people of those books. Because I haven't read very many of them. Um, Whereas Oliver, which is shown in kind of thudding detail at the very end, was always the sociopath who was always playing things, who was always manipulating right from the beginning, which was just like, I think I got to a point, it's like, oh, they're not going to show us killing him, are they? But it's like, yes, they're going to show, they show a little quick highlight thing of all the things that he did, of all the, all the various people. Um, and it's just like, it was really well done, really well acted, really well shot, but was thuddingly unsurprising and, yeah, un- emotionally uninvolving on a kind of key level there. So, I mean, I talked to Ja about this, and it's sort of like, um, I enjoyed the Force Awakens, whereas other people just like, oh, it's just a complete ripoff of the first Star Wars movie, the 1977 one by first Star Wars movie, and just couldn't get by that. And that is perhaps the case there, because like I just thought, okay, Force Awakens, it's a fun movie. Yeah, there's just some things, but it doesn't bother me. This one, I guess it bothers me. It would bother me less if I had more of an emotional connection, like if they told it in a way that I actually cared about any of the characters, which I don't think I do. I don't think I do. So yeah, interesting. And hey, Barry Keoghan can do an amazing naked dance. I will give him that. And he can do quite good acting. Though I've seen him in this and the whatchamacallits of Ornition, what the fuck was, where basically playing kind of awkward little troll characters is sort of like Jason Schwartzman. It's like, oh, okay, you found a type and you're just going to kind of narrow. You're going to be in that type for the rest of your career, maybe. It's interesting to see. He's got a certain kind of physicality. I don't know how you get out of that. That and why did he's like everyone else feels more like in their 20s college age, where even when you see him at the beginning coming into the school, they've combed his hair over his head, over his forehead, but it's like, yeah, he's 30. Why is he in college? Which might be a thing in itself, but no one else comments on it. It's not lampshaded in any way, so who knows? All right, those are my thoughts on Saltburn. More videos later.